This year, winter came to Europe early. It was an extremely cold winter. In November, the snow was knee-deep. I was so overwhelmed by the cold and the early snow that I tweeted, "I wish I could spend the holiday in a warmer place this year." It all started with this tweet. Just after my tweet, I got a notification on my phone. Etihad Airways' Twitter account mentioned me on a tweet. I started following Etihad's account, and soon after they sent me a message on Twitter asking for my phone number. In a few minutes, I got a call from Etihad call center. They gave me a promotional code that I could use for the whole family to fly to Phuket via Abu Dhabi with Etihad Airways. All I had to do now was to set the flight date. We set the date with my husband and the kids and bought the tickets on Etihad's mobile app by using my personal promotional code. The kids were very excited when we found out that we had the opportunity to stay 2 nights in Abu Dhabi on the way back home. It also intrigued me to end the vacation with a different experience. I got the transit accommodation package via the app, and once I confirmed, Etihad took care of the rest, including the transit visa for the whole family. On top of the accommodation arrangements, Etihad suggested tickets to Ferrari World, which I'm sure my husband and the kids will love, and the Louvre Abu Dhabi, which I really wanted to visit during this trip. Through all these transactions, I earned points that I could use in Etihad and all group companies. On the day of the flight, I was surprised with a notification on Etihad app warning me that it would take longer than normal to arrive to the airport due to heavy snow. Thank God I considered the warning and headed out a little earlier. The second notification we received when we came closer to the airport was even more of a surprise. Etihad was telling us that the parking lot and airport were busier than usual due to the holiday session, and I was offered to buy a fast-track pass for the passport queue, in addition to a pre-booking for a parking space close to the terminal. We skipped right through the passport and security queues, which could have cost us a long time. While we were heading towards the gate, I got a notification on my phone. Etihad had just sent us a promotional code on the mobile app that we could spend on duty-free shopping. My son bought the glasses he always wanted, and my husband a watch. Prior to the flight, practical information about Phuket and an offline map were also provided us by Etihad. Everything was ready for a perfect and relaxing holiday now. A surprise was awaiting us on board. Etihad, who knows that I like reading books from my profile on the app and social media, provided books from my favorite writers on the in-flight entertainment screen. As children were spending time watching movies, playing games, and even their Spotify list were on in-flight entertainment, I started to read the books that had been on my wish list for a long time. At the same time, the information that our suitcases were loaded to the aircraft appeared on our screens. When we landed, all the information about our connecting flight was already in my phone. We got to the second flight very comfortably by the directions sent from the app. The information that our luggage was transferred to the new plane appeared on the screen, and we boarded our Phuket flight without a worry in mind, just focusing on the holiday ahead. On the way back from Phuket, I got a notification on Etihad's app that was a lifesaver. I had totally forgotten to rent a car for the days we would spend in Abu Dhabi. I rented a car easily by using the mobile payment option in the Etihad app. I also loved the warm message that Etihad sent after the trip. They made me feel like they saw me as guests, not customers. After my trip, I filled the questionnaire asking me to evaluate my experience in order to thank those who gave me this warm experience. And this time, I sent a message to Etihad via Twitter, which is where I first met Etihad. When I returned home, I found myself making reservations on Etihad's app to spend more time in Abu Dhabi next month.